Today we're talking about Ubuntu, and it has all the flavors. Well, almost.
They mean every flavour. George sweared he got a bogey flavoured one once.
Are we talking about the same thing?
There's chocolate and peppermint, and there's also spinach, liver, and tripe.
What? So you can't use Windows 10 anymore, and you don't want to buy a new PC or can't afford a new PC, and you want a decent operating system. In this episode, I'm going to show you how to install Linux on your system, and in particular, Ubuntu Linux. So open up your web browser, type in Ubuntu download, click on that, and depending on what you want to do, I mean, if you just want like a regular desktop, you don't really game or anything like that, this will work for any Ubuntu based distribution that runs their installer. So go to ubuntu.com/download/desktop. Ubuntu 24.04.3 LTS is the current version for their long-term. Go down to Intel or AMD 64-bit architecture. Click download. I've already done that. Grab either Balana Etcher. You can either grab Balana Etcher, and you can find that at etcher.balana.io, or Rufus. They both work on Windows. There's a Rufus 4.11.exe standard Windows 64, and then there's a Rufus 4.11p.exe for portable, which is containerized. It has everything it needs. You don't need to install it in your system. I'm not really familiar with Rufus, but if you look right here, it shows Ubuntu 22. That's from 2022. And then you basically just navigate to where you downloaded the ISO. Click on that, and I'll pop this up. And then partition scheme, master boot record, BIOS or UEFI. List USB hard drives, and then choose your volume there. And then format options, volume label, file system FAT32, 4096 for the byte. And then click start on it, and it should put it on your USB to make it installable on your system. Now, you're going to need to look up your manufacturer specifications on how to disable secure boot. It's either F12, F10, F2, F1, delete. Like I said, you'll have to look it up. And then choose the USB option to boot from it. And then your system will boot from the USB drive. I'm going to go ahead and install this in a VM, and I'll get it set up. Okay, I got it set up and ready to go. When you start it, you're going to see a bunch of scary text scroll across the screen. Don't worry about it. Eventually you'll land up on the new Grub bootloader. Okay, so go ahead and hit enter on the keyboard, and you'll see the splash screen here. And when it's ready, you'll end up in this screen right here. Now we're going to choose our language, and I'm English. I'm an English speaker. You get to choose whatever language you want to choose. Accessibility in Ubuntu. Customize Ubuntu to your needs before you set up. You can change them later in system settings. If you don't need to do anything here, click next. Select keyboard layout. Test your keyboard right here. Click next. If you have Wi-Fi, you can use Wi-Fi. I'm going to use my wired connection. An update is available for the installer. Update to the latest version for improved reliability and more features. In order to do this, you have to have an internet connection. You don't need an internet connection to install Ubuntu, though. That's just to update the installer. You can either skip it or update. I'm going to go ahead and update. And let's take a minute to obviously do what it needs to do. All right. Update ready. Close the installer. And then go over here. Double click on Ubuntu. Or install Ubuntu down over here. Excuse me. There we go. You can just skip that last part if you want. Interactive installation or automatic installation. Okay, the interactive installation is where you put in your name, password, computer name, all that good stuff. Automatic, what happens is it puts in an OEM installation, like when you get a fresh copy of Windows in on a new PC. It'll go to that boot screen. It'll ask you your name, all that good stuff. Same thing here. So I'm going to go ahead and choose the interactive. Now, if you want to like do this for somebody else and install it on their system, and you just want to let them put all their information in themselves, you can do the automatic installation. Like I said, we're going to do the interactive installation. Okay. You have like NVIDIA graphics and oddball hardware. Make sure you tick this, but I'm going to go ahead and tick it anyways because my system's so new that it'll probably need it. And then right here is the media formats, and there's a lot of proprietary codecs out there. You're going to need to surf the web. Now, they don't install it by default because of the licensing's on it, so you have to agree to download it. That's why they have it here instead of just automatically doing it. It's a licensing issue, so click on that. Click next. Now, if you haven't already gotten your data off your system, stop. What's going to happen is this is going to erase everything, and you're not going to be able to get to it again. You're not going to be able to access your data. It's going to be erased. It's going to be gone. Now, if you click on here for advanced features, most people that are just switching to Linux won't have to touch this at all, but I'm just going to show you and talk a little bit about it. What LVM is, Logical Volume Manager. What is a Logical Volume Manager? What does it do? It creates an abstract layer. Jeez, every time I get on the mic, I swear. Creates an abstract layer over physical storage, allowing for more flexible management of disks by pulling them into a single storage pool called a volume group. Lots of fancy words, meaning it combines everything to make it one big hard drive. That's it. Now use the LVM with encryption, and if you choose this option, it's going to ask you for a password, and if you forget that password, your drive is locked up and you won't be able to get back into your operating system. You'll have to reinstall. All your data will be gone. ZFS is a different file format. We have on Linux, we have ext3, ext4, LBS, ButterFS. There's a bunch of them. And then you can encrypt the ZFS, obviously. And then you can enable hardware backed full disk encryption if you choose one of the encryption options. Now, if you don't want anybody getting into your hard drive and stealing your data, go ahead and do that. Like if you're on a laptop and somebody steals it, they're not going to be able to get into it. And unless they really have a good decryption program, they're not going to be able to get into your hard drive. All right, we're going to go ahead and click next now. And this is where the fun begins. Type in your name, whatever name you want for the PC. Call mine Cyber. Nope. Call mine Cyberpunk Kitty's Fish Tank. Make sure you have a secure, large password that is unbreakable, like this one right here. Not 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm kidding. But definitely make sure you have a password that nobody's going to be able to guess or have a hard time breaking. Like if you put in a A long one, you have a strong password. It'll be hard for people to crack. All right, you've done all that. Click next. Want your location, and this is just a generalized location. Los Angeles is in my time zone. And this is just to review it. General, disk setup, erase disk and install Ubuntu, installation disk, VDA, applications, default selection, and normally it would be like DBA. The VDA is virtual security and more. Disk encryption, none. Proprietary codecs and drivers, partition FDA1 created, partition FDA2 formatted as ext4, use for slash, and slash represents root, core user and part of the operating system. And now it's copying files. If you tick down here, you can see all the scary text that a lot of people don't like. I like watching it myself because it's lets you know what's going on and whether or not it's hung up. So I'm gonna go ahead and just fast forward this. Okay, she's all done. Now we're just gonna hit continue testing. Actually, you know what? Let's restart it. Make sure it's installed correctly. And I'll be right back in just a moment. And she's starting up. Click on your name, enter your password. Oh, they still offer Xorg. I thought they were getting rid of it. Click enter. And it should load you up on the desktop. Nope, wrong password. That's my for reals password. Okay. And we're here with a greeter. So welcome to Linux. Welcome to Ubuntu 24.04.3 LTS. Click next. Upgrade the machine to Ubuntu Pro, free for up to 5 machines. Get security updates on a wide range of packages until 2034. Fulfill FedRAMP, FIPS, STIG, HIPAA, and other compliance and hardening requirements with certified tooling and crypto modules. We're just going to go and skip that for now. If you're wondering what that does, it gives you better security updates on certain programs. It hardens the system is what it does. It keeps it up to date. Help improve Ubuntu. Now, if you're privacy orientated, nope, don't share my system data. And if you don't care, leave it ticked up here. It's up to you. I just every time I just tick that because they don't need to know what I'm doing, what I'm installing, how that's working. Because I very rarely run into any problems, and if I do, I usually fix it myself. And all right, click next. The App Center. Get started with more applications. And we can open the App Center through the little ticker there. And this is where you get your programs. And if you're looking for a video editor, Shotcut, Digicam, Telemetry TV, Kdenlive. I use Kdenlive. And I do use Shotcut, a couple others, because they all have little things that the other ones don't. If I want that specific thing, I go and shove my videos into that and use that, but few and far between. All right, what we have here is the GNOME desktop, and it's a highly stylized version of it. They do their own version. They used to have the Unity desktop, and that was their own desktop. And this is how it was set up. This is like your start menu on Windows, the app launcher. You need to look for a specific specific program, Office. Now, they have it tied in for web search too, so character was copied successfully. Oh, that's new. Maybe it's not. I'm not used to using this. Yeah, if it's in your system, you type in like document, you get the document viewer. And then you can open up documents and do what you got to do to them. This is your file manager. You got your documents, downloads, music, pictures, public, snap, templates, and videos. If you want to change the background, right click on the desktop. Display settings. If you need to change your display resolution, click apply. Revert. It might actually go full screen for me. Doesn't have it. Oh well, we're in VM, so close that out. Yeah, that's pretty much it for on how to install an Ubuntu-based distribution. Now that installer is the Flutter-based installer. It's new. They used to do the Calamares installer, which is still pretty active on a bunch of distributions. And I'll do a video on the Calamares installer in a couple of days. Anywho, that's it. Thanks for watching. If you found this useful, like and subscribe. And if you didn't find it useful, like and subscribe. I'm kidding. And I'll be seeing you next time. Thanks for watching.